The majority of the some 20,000 Druze residents on the Israeli side of the Golan Heights welcomed the fall of the Assad regime. The Golan Druze are an Arabic-speaking religious minority, most of whom consider themselves to be Syrian citizens and have extended family on the Syrian side of the border. Many, like Druze social activist Nabih al-Halabi, say they hope for a new democratic regime in Syria which will make peace with Israel.
I will stay in my house. I will not leave my house, if it's Israeli regime or Syrian regime. But we hope and we believe, I believe personally, that in the next few years, Israel and Syria will be more close to make a peace agreement and real agreement.
The long Syrian civil war and the current situation of social and economic uncertainty have pushed young Druze in the Golan Heights into identifying more with Israel, according to Dolan Abu Salah, the mayor of Majd al-Shams, the largest Druze town in the Golan. He has worked as an Israeli local official for 16 years.
Since the fall of Assad, we have experienced people here getting closer to Israel. The one who has proven that it can ensure security and human rights, especially for those living adjacent to the border, is the State of Israel. It is the stable factor here.
Others in the Druze community say they worry about the rebels now leading Syria, who were previously associated with Islamic fundamentalist groups. They fear that the rebels will not be as tolerant of the Druze minority as was the former secular leader Bashar al-Assad.
First, let them cut off their beards and tone down their Islam. After that, I will agree that they will take charge of Syria.
The intentions of the Islamic fundamentalist rebel groups now leading Syria also worry Israel. Immediately after Assad fled, the Israeli army moved into the buffer zone between the Israeli side of the Golan Heights, which Israel occupied in 1967 and later annexed, and the Syrian side. Israel says it has no intention of staying in the buffer zone permanently, but wants to make sure the residents near the border are safe.
We cannot judge because, the regime collapsed just on the 8th of December. So that's just in the short term, it looks stable, but we don't know what will happen in the next few weeks and months.
The rebel leader and de facto ruler of Syria today, Ahmed al-Shara, says that Syria is exhausted by war and wants peace with everyone, including Israel. After more than a year of war against Hamas and Hezbollah, Israel too is exhausted, but both sides are waiting to see what happens next in Syria. Linda Gradstein, VOA News, on the Israel-Syria border.